Good afternoon, YouTube. It's been a minute. A lot going on in the world, a lot going on as far as business, a lot going on as far as day trading, and I've been really attending to all facets of my business, and so I've been away. I'm about to get back into the groove of YouTube, definitely, and I'm excited about that. So I got some updates about the house. After a lot of negotiations, a lot of back and forth between the lender, myself, the owner, we put a kibosh on the deal. And I'm going to tell you, it's very disappointing. I guess the most disappointing thing about it is the fact that the kibosh on the deal is because of a barn, okay? A barn. A barn. VA loans, I don't know if any of you guys have ever dealt with them, but they're very particular about everything with the house. There was some support beams to the barn that were bare wood touching the ground that had a major problem with that. The owner was willing to go out and get us another barn. They sent it to us, pictures of it and so forth. We approved it. My lender came back and said no. Said, yeah, we'll take the barn. We'll take the new barn, the new plastic barn, you know, little Lowe's or Home Depot special, but you're going to have to knock the existing barn down, the red one that you might have seen in some of the pictures. You're going to have to knock that barn down. Oh, yeah. Those beauties. Went fishing this morning. You're going to have to knock those beauties down. Knock the barn down. Cart all the stuff away. This barn was like, you can see it in the pictures, it's like 1,600 square feet of wood and beams and poles and so forth. And, you know, for animals, it would have been fine. I mean, absolutely no problem to have animals in that barn. But literally, that was the reason why my deal fell through. I wasn't going to pay to have people tear it down and move it, remove it. They weren't going to pay to tear it down and remove it. So I'm out, over $1,000 on appraisals and inspections, and the deal is kibosh. But, actually, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because as I looked over the appraisal and so forth, there were some inconsistencies that I saw. And then it really started dawning on me that this was, even though the new part of the house, the part I liked, was only about 10 years old, the rest of the house was over 40 years old. And even though they had done some remodeling and so forth, I don't want to live in a 40-year-old house. I bought a 40-year-old house before, and it was quite an experience. The bones of that house were very good, but, there's just no getting around 40-year wiring, 40-year-old wood beams and so forth. I mean, it's just no getting around that. And also, there were issues with the crawl space and stuff like that. Nobody could access it. It was too small for a grown man to get into there and really see what was going on. And it just dawned on me, I don't want a pier and beam house. No part of the house do I want it to be pier and beam, especially if it's 40 years old. I want a slab foundation, cement foundation. I've dealt with pier and beam houses before. It's a mess. You think you got one or two soft spots, you can easily pull up the boards and fix that. You tear it up, you get underneath there, and you realize you need a whole subfloor. So I just didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to put my family in that situation. But what has also occurred to me is that what I'm trying to do is a monumental task, especially with a VA lender. I am trying to do something that is totally against the grain of, how the system works. They really want you to be in a residential situation. They want you to be in a newer house. They want you to be in a neighborhood. Okay? I'm trying to be on acreage. I'm trying to be, not necessarily a house, 5 or 10 years old. It can be 15, 20 years old. That's fine. But the lender is not geared up for that type of thing. So this is going to be an uphill battle. It's not going to be easy. Also, doing this from Texas, trying to move to another state, it presents its own sets of challenges. So we're really mulling over perhaps moving to Oklahoma, renting for 6 months or so, or maybe a year, really honing in on exactly what we want and finding the lender that can really come through. I'm really leaning towards doing a USDA because it would allow me to get the type of land I want, and the lender wouldn't present as many challenges to me. So that's what's going on with the house. But life goes on, man. And there's so many other things on in the world that supersede my little situation, to where I didn't want to disrespect what was going on in the nation, talking about my little situation. But, it doesn't stop. We're still going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Again, I don't have a lot of people that have done what I'm trying to do. So there's not a roadmap to do this, especially with a VA loan. That's enough about that. Again, I'll go into some of the other stuff, and let you know. But let's get to these bass, people. Now, if you can't see, this is my hand. And I got pretty big hands, They're not small. And look at the size of these bass I caught this morning. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful bass. Look at that boy. Fat. Ooh, he's fat. Look at that. Oh, man. I went fishing in the Brazos River Saturday and Sunday. Didn't catch anything. I went fishing in Joe Pool Thursday? Didn't catch anything. I was fishing for cats down in the Brazos near Waco. Had a wonderful time. Brazos River is just gorgeous. If you haven't been there, please check it out. Waco's a beautiful city. Everybody's so nice down there. I just love going down there. I'll just go down there just to eat sometimes, just to have dinner, me and Jenny. But she went fishing with me. It was such a blessing. Didn't catch anything, but when I got back, I remember the old fishing hole I used to go to, and I went down there. Sometimes it floods out. Huge fish get trapped because they can't get out of the pool, and there they are. Believe it or not, there was another fish down there, probably more than one, that were bigger than these two, bigger than the biggest one. He was probably another third of this one. Huge fish. And to you bass catchers, you people that do this for a living, you may want to get with me, because I guarantee that bass is over 9 pounds. He is huge, and he's scary looking, because you can tell he's an old dog. He's been at this a lot, and he literally wouldn't hit on any of the baits. He watched the other fish hit on the baits, and when the smaller ones hit on my bait, he tried to get up behind them and eat them. He literally sat at the bank watching me trying to eat other fish as they hit my bait. So this thing is a monster. I'm probably gonna have to upgrade line, because another one of them, a bass, was just, they're incredibly powerful, man. This one here jumped out of the water about 18 inches. I need a cameraman to catch some of the stuff I do. I do the GoPro, but the GoPro I'm not a technical person or a technology type person, so it just frustrates me more than anything, and I end up not catching the shots that I want anyway. So I'm still working on that. Man, I'm so excited, period, just about being alive, being well, and having a chance to to learn about different things and grow in it. That's what this thing was all about. It's all about growing. It's all about learning more. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to continue to do. I hope everything is well with you and your family. I hope that the issues that we're experiencing here in America, I hope that they're not affecting you too much in terms of your psyche, in terms of your mental health, and just your emotional stability. And I pray for peace, and I pray that, we work these challenges that we have out. And so if you want to know the reason why I took some time off, those were the reasons. I didn't want to disrespect what was going on. I also was trying to work out my deal the best I could, hoping that it would work out for you, for us, and for you guys to continue to give you that great content. And I've been busy with my day trading and swing trading, and it's just been, man, it's been good in terms of the market, and so much volatility. I mean, one little announcement, one little thing can flip the market 3 or 4%. I mean, it doesn't take much, and I've been messing with this like 2 years. This is the most volatility I've ever experienced. So it's unique. It presents its own challenges. I'm still up, don't get me wrong, but I guess Monday we gave back about 20 or 30% of our gains. Tuesday was better. We got back 10% of that, 12% of that. So, I mean, I'm still playing with the house's money, but, it presents its own set of unique challenges. And I'm going to be sharing all that with you. I'm going to be sharing, the day trading thing with you, sharing my fishing, sharing my hunting. All of those things are coming. So please stick with us. Like, subscribe, continue to support, and we're going to continue to give you that great content. I'm going to get back on my grind, start releasing at least one little tape or video a day. It may be shot from my phone, so bear with me. But we're going to get this done one way or the other, okay? So thanks again for checking us out. We'll talk to you soon.